I'm gonna give you three of the biggest elements that you really want to pay attention to when it comes to what you add inside of your coaching program. Very first thing is, I want you to focus on your audience's development. Actually, these are 3 D's. The first D is development. Write that down. First D is development. When it comes to me thinking about how I'm going to do my curriculum, I think about it logically. Okay, well, what are the things that work for me? What are the things what are the best practices, right? So you want to think about, and it don't have to be making money or business, but think about yourself. If it's relationships, well, what are the top things? What are the top things that you've known about in relationships? What helped you overcome? What helped you get through the process? What helped you be successful, right? What helped you start your business? What helped you have a great relationship? What helped you become healthier? And you have to think about the development and what are the different, and when I say development, meaning what are the skills or characteristics that your client needs to have in order to go from this part in their life and or business to here. What are those steps? So if I'm coaching you, and let's say we're using coaching for an example, I'll say, okay, you got to be clear on your niche, right? That might be, that might be one part of your development is getting clear on that. Another part of your development is just being a great speaker and a coach. Another part of your development is really just, understanding how to structure it and build the program. Another part of it is knowing how to strategically put out content. You feel what I'm saying? Like there's certain elements that you need to have in order to go from 0 to 6 figures in your business. The second thing we got to focus on, and this is a biggie, write this down. This is the second D. The second D is deliverables. Deliverables. You have to figure out what are the deliverables you need to have inside of your coaching program. Meaning, what are people getting? These are really like the features that go inside of your program. So if you're a life coach, well, your goal is, yes, you want to help people live a better quality of life, but what am I getting? Am I on a phone call with you every week? Am I on a phone call with you every month? What does that really look like, right? Am I going to get worksheets from you? Am I not going to get worksheets from you? Like, what are you giving me? Do you want me to fill something out, right? Like, do I need to read this book or do I not need to read it? Is there a community aspect that's included? These are deliverables. Or is there not a community aspect to it, right? Am I coming into a one-on-one coaching program or am I coming into a group coaching program? What is it, right? And do we have live events or do you not have live events, right? Maybe part of what you teach people is you don't just want to have the virtual aspect to it. Maybe there's a certain part of the development process where you actually want people, you want people to come together. You feel what I'm saying? So like maybe that's a key element to it. So you would know that better than me because this is who you're helping, right? But you would know like, okay, based on that, or it was helpful to me, and I'm giving you some ideas on how you can really generate this and think about it. You say, ooh, you know what was helpful to me? I had a journal, and throughout my relationship, what really helped me was writing things down. Why don't you make that as an exercise that goes into your coaching program? You feel what I'm saying? Like those are the little things those are like the small hinges that swing the big doors. Some key things, right? Are the templates that they're getting as part of it? Are there is part of it like a done for you service, right? So there's a list of different deliverables that you can give people, but these are literally the elements that's a part of the package. These are the elements that's part of your program. And the reason you got to have this down is, of course, to get them to make progress, but also when you're going to market it or you're going to get people interested in it, that what you're giving people is going to be a key part of it. Are there accountability groups as part of it? Whatever that is. Is it a mixture between we have one we have a group call, you know what I'm saying, once a week, and then you get a once a month one-on-one call with me? I don't know what it is, and I'm not saying anything is right or wrong. I'm saying that you got to know what your deliverables are. Cool? Like this is like very, very important to really making things happen. All right, so So that's the second, and then we're gonna open up the floor for some questions in a couple minutes. And then the third thing, we got development number 1, deliverables number 2, and then the third thing, and what goes into your culture program that you have to know is what is the duration. What is the duration? What is the duration? Meaning, what is the duration of your program? Duration is how long is it going to be? So if you're going to be coaching somebody, let's say if you're doing one-on-one, if you're going to be coaching somebody, well, how long are you coaching them for? All right, one first, and this is more like frequency, but you can put it with duration, is how long are you meeting with them for? So if you're doing one-on-one, is it one-on-one every week forever? Is it one-on-one for 12 months and we meet once a month? Is it once a week and we meet for 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks? Is it daily? I know people who got a group coaching program and they meet every single morning. There's no right or wrong to it. It depends on what you want to do. You feel what I'm saying? So duration is, how long are you going to be doing it for? How often are you going to be doing it? But then also, how long is it going to be for? How long are the sessions going to be for? You took for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes? How long are these sessions going to be for, right? So you got to look at what is the duration as well. All right? Y'all excited? Like, these are big, these are big insights that I've found. And it's less complicated. It's less complicated than you think. Once you have what this is, then you look at what should I charge. Once you start looking at the development or the transformation, and you start looking at, okay, well, these are the deliverables, this is everything that they're getting, and then, okay, this is how long I'm going to do it for. Let's talk about pricing, right? And then now, pricing at the end of the day, I can give you my idea on what pricing is or what I think you should charge, but ultimately, who's going to determine that is the marketplace. There's nobody who's going to tell you what's a good price or a bad price, because depending on what you're offering, who you are, your brand recognition, your celebrity status, what you have, what you don't have, what's the result you're getting people. There's so many different elements around it that there's nobody who can really just say charge that and people are just going to willingly pay for it. Even if you have a price you feel good about, how you deliver the price in terms of your content, in terms of your confidence, is going to make a big difference. You can literally have the same offer as somebody else, but because you don't deliver the information on a strategy call or consultation call with confidence, people won't pay. So anytime you're looking to take out the elements out of your head and you're looking to put it into a program, it's going to come out into a couple things. First thing I really want you to do is really just take a blank sheet of paper or a notebook and really just start writing down some of the problems that your people are facing. Like, what's some of the biggest problems that your people are facing? So I want you to write that down, right? I want you to think about like, what are the things that keep them up at night, right? So, whatever it is, or what is the, what are they most frustrated by day to day, right? So write those things down, right? So these are just questions. Once you take those questions out of your head, then I want you to also write, well, what have you done to overcome those things? Right? What have you done to overcome those things? So, for example, if, let's say, one of the problems, let's say if I was writing that down, I would say, okay, well, one of the problems that coaches face is content, right? They're trying to figure out, well, what should I post? And then how do I have time to post, right? A lot of us have like 9 to 5 jobs and stuff, right? So like, okay, so, and I know that was my problem when I was like going 9 to 5 was, when I was working 9 to 5 was, well, how do I actually like have time for content? And then even when I do have the time, what should I post? One of my biggest questions, right? So I will write that down, and then I will write, well, what did I do to overcome it? Because at the end of the day, you gotta, like, people have to know you exist. They gotta know your content exists for them to be interested, right? So we know we have to overcome it. But what are the things I did? For example, I would say, one of the things that I did was, instead of trying to randomly think about what I was gonna post these days, what if I just chose one day of the week called batching? What if I just did what if I just took one day of the week and I just created all my content for the week? What if I took out 1 or 2 hours every Saturday or every Sunday or every Wednesday evening or whatever, and I just focus on creating nothing but my content for the next week. Guess what? Now, because I know that content is important and this is what I did to overcome it, then guess what? One of the topics as part of my curriculum is how to create strategic content.